I've got Chad Opel with me today from Edwardsville Neighbors. Some of you might already know Chad. For those that don't, Chad's born and raised in Edwardsville. Him and his wife, Kathy, founded Edwardsville Neighbors in 2010, and they recently opened a bake shop here in town. So I invited Chad to share a little bit about the bake shop with us.
Thank you, Russell. Thank you to this amazing group. This is actually my third time of having the pleasure of being with all of you. The last couple of years, it's been to really talk about Edwardsville Neighbors, formerly Edwardsville Neighbors in Need. And due to the past 2-3 years that we've had, lack of fundraising availability due to wonderful COVID, we decided to look at a different business venture to potentially raise money and support the community. Hence the bake shop, the Neighbors Bake Shop, which we launched on March 1st of this year. Before I get into that, I will just give you a quick update on Edwardsville Neighbors in case you are not familiar with what we do. So in 2010, like Russell said, my wife and I formally started Edwardsville Neighbors in Need. We raised money through the Taste of Edwardsville, which happens in the spring. And we do a 5K turkey trot on Thanksgiving morning. So I know that almost probably everybody in this room, I have a very generous and warming heart to all of you for either donating money to our causes, being business partners, individual members, running in our 5K, attending the Taste of Edwardsville, or now hopefully supporting the bake shop. So thank you. We've been very fortunate. Edwardsville, as you guys know, is just a wonderful community. It puts the fun in fundraising, right? When we need money to raise funds, it's easy. I say it's easy, but you just shoot out emails and you have phone calls, and luckily this community is just very generous. We take the donations that we raise, 100% of the proceeds go to Edwardsville Neighbors, which we then turn around and help a family or an individual living within District 7 that's going through a medical or an emergency crisis. So we have a board of 12 people, all volunteers, and we help, or we meet monthly. And when we get nominations through our website, which is edwardsvilleneighbors.org, basically you go on there and you click nominate a family. We ask for a little bit of information. Immediately it comes to one of our board members. He assigns two of our board members that reaches out typically within the same day to the nominator, and then we get in touch with that particular family or individual, and we roll our sleeves up and we get to know them. We see what they're going through and spend some time with them and figure out a game plan. And we don't just hand cash to people. We never do that. We always step in and we say, okay, your child has cancer, you're going through a tough time. One of the parents might not be able to work as much, whatever it might be. So we'll step in, help maybe pay their mortgage for a couple months, give them gas cards to get back and forth from the hospital, pay medical bills, whatever it might be. But typically that support, we can get back to them within a week. So we're pretty quick at jumping to the gun and providing assistance almost immediately. I am very happy to say that over the last decade, we've helped now to the tune of several hundred families, but also to the tune of over $1 million we've given back to those families or individuals in our community. So thank you to all of you for helping us with that support. So I'll jump into any questions so far on Edwardsville Neighbors, our past. Again, I've spoken to the group a couple of times, so you're pretty familiar, but yes, sir.
Why don't you talk about some of what you guys did during COVID in terms of some of the work you raised?
Yeah, that's like a haze right now. I'm trying to think. No, it was interesting. I remember sitting in a board meeting right the week before everything shut down, and I remember one of our board members, Michelle Motley, saying, "Well, we need to have a plan if the school shut down, if the restaurant shut down." I laughed out loud. I'm like, why would we shut down those things? I don't think that's going to happen. But we had a plan of attack immediately. And as soon as that happened, we announced a COVID relief plan, and we mainly helped. I think it was a lot of restaurant workers that there was a delay, obviously going to be a delay in getting unemployment and some folks, but we basically handed out grants of $500 or $1,000. And I think we distributed pretty quickly about $50,000 to people in our community to help them through that time. What else did we do? Oh, yes, thank you. See, it's still a haze. Yeah, so unfortunately, we couldn't have our Taste of Edwardsville. We decided at that board meeting to immediately cancel that. And I do remember saying, we'll kick it to the fall. And somebody said, well, what if we can't have it in the fall? And I, again, laughed out loud. I said, why would we not be able to have it in September? But we decided to continue to, I think, just bring some energy and excitement to the community. We were all at lockdown and shut down and basically staying at home at this time. And all the restaurants have been out of work for at least a month. So we organized a virtual Taste of Edwardsville where we got several restaurants together and we packaged up different items individually. People bought tickets for that. We had out of work restaurant employees deliver all the food to these folks. We also did an online auction to where we went to a lot of our local businesses and said we helped them sell gift cards or helped them sell their product throughout that time. And Russell might actually know the numbers, but I'm drawing a blank. There was another probably. We donated all of the proceeds from the ticket and the food back to the restaurants. I think that was about 45,000 or so. And then there was maybe another 45, 50,000 and maybe another 50,000. Russell does all our tax work, as you can tell. I mean, but yeah, another 50,000 that people were sitting at, in their living room, purchasing gift cards and helping support these local businesses to, help them with cash flow through that time. So, sorry about that. Yes, and we had the Will show and Mike Sonderegger. We had some technical difficulties through that time, but Mike did an awesome job. And then eventually we had Will Hungarians step in, and we also had the Edwardsville Community Foundation step in and help us through that with some donations to support that as well. So, great question, SJ. Any other questions? Taste of Edwardsville is coming back. We have a date on the calendar for next year. I believe it's May 20th. You want to do a little? Yeah, exactly. I did that for tax purposes so that the tax team can join. But please pencil in your calendar, May 20th. Double check that. Make sure that's a Saturday for me. Yes, Carol. Well, thank you so much. That's a perfect segue into talking about the bakery. Probably 6 months ago, after we, hadn't had our Taste of Edwardsville event in a couple of years, we were looking for some other revenue stream. And my wife and a couple other board members came up with an idea of starting a nonprofit bakery. Again, I laughed out loud, thinking you're crazy. I don't think that's going to be good. But lo and behold, after more discussion, and we were basically positioned with an unbelievable opportunity from a very generous donor to help build out a space to do this. We kind of looked at it like this is a no-brainer. And March 1st launched really, I think, first nonprofit bakery in town. We do have one paid full-time manager to oversee the volunteers and scheduling and things like that. But basically what happens is we have partnered with a few wholesale bakeries. We have some things from Siebel's Bakery, as everybody knows Siebel's. The famous Duke's Bakery in Alton provides us with a few things. And then there's where we're getting most of our donuts, a place in Florissant, Missouri called Pride Bakery. And as of right now, that's pretty much our staples, right? We know we're going to have donuts. I did bring some treats in the back. Sorry to step on Mother's catering their toes, but we brought a couple of our dessert bars, which seem to be very popular. But right now, it's really a wholesale bakery, but all run by volunteers. So on most of the tables, I think I threw a little QR code.
what they're called?
These little guys. So I sent one on there. If you get the opportunity, just snap a photo or put it in your photo of your phone, and it'll pull up a link. And this link is a sign up genius. So we have volunteer opportunities going out, I think, several months, and they're typically in 2 or 3 hour volunteer time slots. So, you know, if you, your family, your coworkers, friends, if they're looking for some volunteer hours or want to get involved in the community, it's a very, very easy way. Basically help get donuts or different things to individuals that come in. We have partnered also with some other local folks. Goshen Coffee has partnered with us to do our own coffee blend. It's called the Neighbors Bakery Blend. So we have that on available for folks to come in and pick up coffee, and then we also have bags of coffee there. Also Artisan Bakery, we do Friday, we do fresh bread from Artisan that we pick up on Fridays and sell as well. So again, we're not trying to step on anybody's toes in the community, but just continue to highlight other great folks and do our part to continue to raise funds. We will at some point in the next couple months take it to another level where we will have the ability for folks to come in and rent our full commercial kitchen to do either family baking outings. We're going to have birthday parties, things like that. We also will be looking to have local bakers come in and either volunteer their time, or we're happy to pay them by the hour to help prepare some of these items that we can then freeze or turn around and sell throughout the day. We know the profit margins are going to be a lot better if we have folks that are coming in and actually helping us bake those and different things. So the ways that you guys can help are definitely please stop by, grab some sweet treats, tell your friends. If you'd like to volunteer, we'd love to have that as well. And you know, right now, the only marketing that we've done is really just through Facebook. So if you see stuff popping around on the Neighbors Bake Shop site, please like it, share our page. Yeah, I think that's it. Questions?
Jeff, where's the bakery located? What are your hours?
Oh, great question. Great question. We are in the south building of the Whispering Heights building, right next to Woodland Elementary. We are closed on Mondays, but throughout the week, Tuesday through Thursday, we're open 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. On Fridays, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. And then on Saturday, Sunday, 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. So, and those are subject to change a little bit. We're still just in that introductory phase of trying to see what the best traffic flow is. But yeah, great question. Thanks for reminding me to say that. Yes, ma'am.
On the volunteer part of this, what are we volunteering for? To sell or to go pick up from Florida?
Great
how
question.
many people do you need per shift?
Yep, typically per shift, we have 2, maybe 3 people, depending on the time of day. It is very easy. We ask you to throw an apron on. Folks will come in, they'll say, I want a chocolate sprinkled donut. You're going to help them with that. We have the square iPad right there, and boom, you're just going to help enter it in and help taking in their funds. We will have at all times a person to oversee that knows exactly what's going on, that can troubleshoot if there's any questions or issues, things like that. So it's very, very easy. You might have to, sweep the floor, maybe wash some dishes a little bit too, but I don't think people are minding too much for that. Yes.
Can you special order items?
Yes, absolutely. The farther we get along, the easier it's going to be to do that. But yeah, if you know you're going to have a large order of some stuff, definitely please stop in a little bit before, a week or so before, and let us know. And we'll make sure we have those things ready for you. Good question. Yeah, another great thought here. So we do have a sign out that says, when you flip the square sign over, it says, would you like to tip 15, 20, whatever %? Just want to remind you, all of the tips are basically a straight cash donation to Edwardsville Neighbors. So none of that's going to any of the volunteers or even the manager that's overseeing that. 100% of that's going straight back to the charity. Thanks for that. Yeah.
Just kind of talk about, if you could, Chad, talk about the space inside. So you got the bakery, talk about the commercial kitchen. Is there a separate room? Is there seating for inside guests? Is it pickup only? That kind of stuff.
Yeah, another good question. So right now, currently it's, we have one section that's purely for stopping in, grabbing the goodies. It's a little walkthrough. Currently, we do not have any seating indoors. I guess it's the city. If we put one seat in there, we were then forced to put in 2 bathrooms. So we just started with 1 bathroom. We're seeing what's happening here. We do have a little area right outside the door for some potentially, maybe there's some outdoor seating. I wish we did. We actually built it out to potentially have a seat or, a couple seats in there. Because I think people do want to stop in, go ahead and eat their donut, or if they're coming off the bike trail, stop in for a cup of coffee or something, grab a donut or pastry. But then we have a complete separate commercial kitchen area over there that you can actually see in and see what's going on. So we actually did a trial run for my daughter, Ellie's 6th birthday, and invited her friends up, and they got to decorate a little cake and made a huge mess with sprinkles. I realize there are lots of different types of sprinkles. There are round sprinkles, and those just roll everywhere. So we're not going to do that, but it was a great trial run, and I think we'll open it up to birthday parties and fun things like that, to where we can get the younger generation involved in cooking and being involved over on that other side. Awesome questions. I appreciate it. Yeah, Brian.
Spring volunteers. Take this group, for example. I'd be a little bit leery about some of these people.
Well, if you do volunteer, that's one of the perks. You get to, you get to grab a donut or 2 as part of your payment. But I said 1 or 2, not a dozen or 2. No, I'm just kidding, Rick. As of right now, no volunteer screening process, but we have had a lot of folks ask about age limits. I think parents and they want to get the kids involved, and obviously if they're if they're going to be by themselves, we want them to be at least 16 or 18 years old. But if you want to bring your kids in that are 8, 10, whatever, we ask that you just join them, and that's absolutely, we love that. We'd love to get the kids learning about philanthropy and volunteering, and the more the merrier. I think it's fantastic. Yes.
With outdoor seating, does the city think you have 2 porta potties?
I have no idea, actually. So that's a good question. I think we'll just start throwing in some seating, and then we'll just ask for forgiveness later. I don't know if anybody's in here that's going to get me in trouble for that. Other thoughts? Again, I appreciate everybody's time, and thanks for generously allowing me to be here again for the 3rd time, and all of your support and generosity. Thank you.